Seatbelts on for safety, kids. What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin from Replay Station here, and I'm with Roman.
Hi.
My new friend, who I've known for a little while now. We do a podcast. We haven't done one in a while because babies.
Yes, babies.
But if you haven't checked it out, link down in the description. But right now, we are on our way to Conway, South Carolina. 5.5 hours away from home. Right now, we're leaving a, what is it, a cat station?
It's a
Loves or something like that?
Pilot.
Pilot, the same difference.
Wrong. You are fake news.
We're headed down there to pick up a project I'm going to be working on. Not going to disclose what that is yet. A lot of you already know because I can't keep a secret, but some of you don't know, so hey, that's all right. All right, so you have a set list of questions here for me.
I do.
All right, this is part of the random Q&A road trip questions.
Random.
All right, if you could...
66 2/3%.
If you can't read my handwriting.
If you could take a month-long road trip with a buddy, what would be your route and where would you go?
Yes.
My route would be across the United States to Pikes Peak to watch the hill climb in Pikes Peak.
That would be pretty interesting to
1000%. All right, what would be your trip?
So,
where would you go?
I would take Route 66.
Okay.
You know, just
So you can get your kicks?
What have I done?
get my kicks on Route 66.
Nice. I'll probably have to take that way to get to Pikes Peak.
And that would probably be the best way to go for someone who likes to drive. Like that's kind of the keystone to Western travel for automobiles.
Keystone?
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah. It's Keith Stone.
Keith Stone, you're so smooth.
Always.
So I would probably take Route 66 and just drive it and see all the old little small towns that are basically drying up nowadays.
All right. Next is, all right, let's see.
66
What are you? I'm gonna read it like it's wrote.
Yes.
What are you 3 favorite movies?
So
3 favorite movies.
Three favorite movies. So Jurassic Park.
All right. My cousin Charles and my buddy Chris would appreciate that.
Yes. Jurassic Park. It's one of my favorites of all time, obviously. The Lego movie.
Bad cop?
I hope there's still a good cop in me somewhere.
I'll hold these guys off. You go stop them. Yay!
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
I don't know why.
Okay.
It's one of my
I'm with you.
my top movies of all time.
I'm with you.
And Days of Thunder.
Oof. I like that one.
The Mellow Yellow, man. I'm all about it.
Mellow Yellow or Mountain Dew?
Mellow Yellow or Mountain Dew?
Well, I have to go Mountain Dew.
You don't have to do anything.
I do.
But it's not better.
But
it's inferior.
Yes, but it's
ask Ernest. It's inferior.
Partly named after me, so it's like in my family.
But that would make you hate it because everyone's like, "What's up, Mountain Dew?"
I've heard that my entire life.
Yeah. Why do you not go to Mellow Yellow, bro? Make the Mellow Yellow move. Know what I mean?
So I actually
tell him, Ernest.
I'll just pick the one I like the best. Make the Mellow Yellow move. Know what I mean?
When I was growing up, I liked Mellow Yellow better because Kyle Petty drove the Mellow Yellow car.
Yes. Oh yeah. So, all right, my 3 favorite movies are Ben-Hur.
Man, this feels good.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more!
Wow.
The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman.
He has no gun. No fear.
Are you faster than a speeding bullet?
No equal.
No problem.
In his explosive motion picture debut, Jeff Speakman is the perfect weapon.
And Days of Thunder.
Harry! How many meat boxes full?
Damn it, Harry. Will you listen to me? I'm about to use the bathroom in my pants. I've got to pit now.
I watched.
I mean, I have so many. Yeah, I have so many favorite movies, but those are probably like
Well,
the 3 that I can watch anytime. That and The Punisher with Thomas Jane would go in there too.
See,
that's 4.
My.
All right, let's see. Next question is, what was the first CD you ever owned? I'll start. It was Scorpions' Bad for Good, which was a like best of and then like a couple of new songs on it. It was the first new CD I ever got, and it was on, we bought it in like a mall on the way to Harrisonburg to visit my sister at college.
Wow.
It was the first one I ever bought with my own money.
Wow.
And I still have it today.
That is incredible.
Yes.
Mine I do not have still.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you where I lost it. But
you know what it was?
Yes, I do. And I skateboarded to it in my garage for like 4 years. It was Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish, and Hot Dog Flavored Water.
Nice.
That was my first CD that I ever bought. And I listened to it on repeat, the whole CD over and over and over, because it was the only CD I had at the time.
Gotcha.
And I loved it.
All right, let's see. Next question. Would you rather spend 5 days exploring Disney or New York City? This is the worst question.
Yes.
They both don't sound any fun.
So, I would pick New York, because I feel like I could find things to enjoy myself in New York.
Yeah.
Whereas like...
I'd probably go to Disney, just because there's a bathroom I can just sit in for 5 days.
I can sit in the parking lot and then go home.
Well, I can go be like, hey, look, great Winnie the Pooh ride. Oh, great, look, teacups.
Well, see, I think take it like...
Or I could spend 5 days looking for Walt Disney's head.
It's totally there.
It's in his
crowd. See,
I just feel like New York City would just like be so crowded and not like...
See, I wouldn't...
There'd be no sunlight there.
I wouldn't... like, there's certain cities I want to go to in my life just so I can go check them out. New York City is definitely one of them. But I don't know if I'd want to spend a long time there. It would definitely be like a 2-3 day trip. I think I would get myself along, especially because I lived in Virginia Beach or Myrtle Beach, Maryland. So it was very wide open, no real tall buildings. You go to New York City and it's all skyscrapers and close and traffic. Gotcha. And I think my like anxiety would go through the roof. Like a sightseeing place.
It would probably be Japan. 100%.
I'd like to go to Japan. Japan would be really neat.
Yeah.
So
you go to Akihabara and Tokyo and all that good stuff.
If you got to go to a place international, it would be Japan.
Absolutely.
That would
go to Suzuka, go to Suga, go to Tsukuba.
That'd be awesome. I would go to England if I had to pick. You know, if I had the whole globe and I got all expenses paid, 5 days, I would go to England.
Okay. Yeah, that or like Australia, just so I can curse randomly.
Check your shoes before you stick your feet in.
We're in Nash County.
This is where the big boys play, huh? Look at the adjective, play. We ain't here to play.
We can go to the gentleman's playground. Bro, that sounds like my kind of place.
I feel like the gentleman's playground, there's not very many gentlemen that go there.
Well, there will be one when I show up.
Oh,
free mustache rides for everyone.
Yep.
All right, next question. Would you rather bungee jump or skydive? Did I go first last time, or did you go first? I'll just go. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I would bungee jump because skydiving scares the living crap out of me. Because at least bungee jumping, you're usually above like a pond or a body of water, so it's like
or a big mat.
If it does break, you're not going at full speed.
Yeah.
So you'll just fall in the water or something. But like if you're skydiving, your chute open, it doesn't open, you're basically screwed.
You're hitting the ground at terminal velocity.
Unless you're Peggy Hill, then you live.
It's amazing. You've got to do it.
Oh yeah, because you hit a mud-drenched
Which is
field.
such garbage. She still would have died.
Very much so, because all her all her organs would have kept moving.
But her oh yeah was too strong.
But yeah, so I like
what would you do?
I like your point of the fact that of the livability if it fails.
Like I'm not scared of heights. I'm just scared of falling and dying.
Well, I'm not even. I
don't mind being up on a 40-foot ladder, getting up onto a building if the ladder is tied down, but
solid.
If the thing's moving and I could fall off of it, I'm not happy with it. Yeah, I just don't. I don't like the thought of falling and dying. I don't mind being out in the air. Well, I can be up in a lift and I'm fine. It's just
falling isn't what I'm worried about. It's the sudden stop at the end of falling.
Right.
That makes me go, that's not cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
Like the like whap at the end is where I'm.
Well, if I'm gonna die, I want to die instantly. I don't want to die.
That'll do it.
Well, it might not.
I mean, if I feel like
everything could be broken in your body, but your mind's still there. It's like great. So now I feel all this pain, and I can't kill myself.
Yeah, but I feel like if you hit the ground from a plane, it's probably an instant.
But what about that mud pocket?
Yeah, but see, if it was happening, I would try to like pencil.
Bro,
I would try to pencil.
By Geico. Yeah, well, not me. I'd just be like gut.
Belly flop from space.
Bounce off the fupa.
It would be the harshest belly flop on the planet.
I'd immediately kill the planet.
Yeah, and move the planet out of orbit.
I'd Dynamax Waylord the planet.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so what would you do then?
I would say skydiving.
Okay.
And the only reason I say skydiving is because I feel like if I do either one of the two, I'm only going to do it once. Because I am afraid of smacking the ground at a high rate of speed. And I feel like if I'm bungee jumping, even though it's gonna lessen my speed when I hit because of the usually if it breaks it's because the tension built and it snapped, so you slow down a bit before you slam the ground.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would be surprising to me because I wouldn't expect it. Where as skydiving, you kind of know if you pull the cord and it doesn't work, like you have time to say your prayers before you smack the ground.
Say your prayers.
And I would
say your prayers, wimp.
I'd be the guy who, if my parachute didn't open, I'd be like doing poses like on the way down, just because I think it would be funny to myself.
Like the Power Rangers from the first movie.
Catch you on the flip side.
Like Superman.
Well, no, when they're on the snowboards in the air. Okay. All right.
I will say I would need a giant parachute because hefty fellow.
Yeah, you need it.
Like I need the one that they like drop the Humvee with.
So Operation Dumbo Drop.
Pretty much.
She's this summer's biggest star.
Nice.
Because plus size.
All right. The next question is, all right, are NASCAR drivers considered athletes? I think they are. I mean, they're not doing as much stuff as like a baseball or football player would be doing, but they still have to train and be in shape and be able to take G's. I mean, now granted, Jimmy Spencer and Dick Trickle and Tony Stewart were fat, but I mean, that doesn't mean they're not in shape and not able to do stuff. I mean, those guys take a lot of G-forces.
Robbie Gordon.
I mean, they take a lot of G-forces and do stuff, so I mean, I still think they're exerting themselves, and they have to drive for a long period of time, and it's hot, and they're in fire suits, and they're buckled into a Hans device. I mean, I feel like you got to be in shape to do that. So if they're considering esports people to be athletes, then NASCAR drivers are definitely athletes.
It's funny because I play video games all the time. I don't consider e-athletes as athletes in the traditional sense.
They say people that play golf are athletes, and they hardly do anything.
So it's funny because I play golf a lot. but I've also been behind the wheel of a race contraption.
Yeah.
And even though my racing was a much shorter time frame, like I didn't run 500 laps,
yeah,
but it still took a lot to drive, like the concentration on top of the physical side. Because I played baseball growing up, and there's not just like when people think athlete, they think physical, but there's also a mental side to it on top of the physical. Because when you're tired, your mental capacity drops. You know, when you're hot, you're worn out, you can't think as quick. And the heart rates for NASCAR drivers is super high. Like,
all right, cool.
Absolutely.
What would you rather go to? All right, I'm gonna read it as it's read.
Oh God.
As it's written. Would you rather go to space? Would you rather go to space or the deepest part of ocean? No, it's of the ocean. I'm just kidding.
Yes. Well, there's a decent chance that I had written it that way.
Would you rather go to space or the deepest part of the ocean? Honestly, probably the deepest part of the ocean, because space is kind of lame.
Well, space, there's nothing there. I mean, well, there's things there, but there really isn't in the same breath. Like if you're going into orbit, basically.
Well, the ocean's a lot closer, so.
Yeah, I mean,
space is just kind of.
But there's also
space has always been meant to me, so.
There's also been less people who have went to the bottom of the ocean than have to space.
Yeah.
Like the deepest part of the ocean.
Well, it's because we care more about space for some stupid reason.
Well, it's also harder to kind of get to like the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest that we have gone.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get there, even though, because the one thing with
the pressure,
because of the pressure, the farther you go down, the more pressure there is. Where in space, once you get in space, it's it. So I would pick the ocean as well, and for me, it comes down to the fact that I feel like there'd be really interesting things to see down deep. Like, you flick the lights on to see things that have never been seen by human eyes. There's a really good chance of that, and I think that would be a really neat thing to experience. Like, you see something, it's like no other human being has seen this thing ever. Like, I think that would be really cool.